Have you decided to make a healthy change in your life? Welcome to Patty Over 60, and today we are going to take a look at vegetarian, plant-based diets. It's never too late to make a healthy change. Stick around. You know, this week I had an appointment with my doctor just to go over some blood work. And I have to say, my doctor, she's about my age, maybe a year or two older, not really sure, but she's a great person to talk to. We have great talks. And today, well, this week, I should say, we had a great discussion about plant-based diets. Now, we got on the subject because both of us, being in this age bracket, have some health issues that we would love to work on and don't really want to keep taking additional pills to do it. So she was telling me that actually her personal doctor and even some of her specialists that she goes to have been recommending to her a plant-based diet. Some people might call it a vegetarian diet. And her being a doctor, she also did a lot of research into it. So we had a great talk, and I decided to look into a plant-based diet as well. I will tell you, many years ago, my daughter and I did become vegetarians. At that time, we did it because, well, we love animals. We saw some really horrific videos and, well, you know, I would rather hug a cow than eat a cow. And we became vegetarians, and we stayed vegetarians for a very long time. In fact, she and my son-in-law and my 11-year-old granddaughter, they are all vegetarians. I got married and I kind of fell off the wagon. I went back to eating poultry, turkey, chicken, and I've been doing so all along. But I have incorporated some plant-based products into my diet, especially when we go to eat over at my daughter's. She makes vegetarian items. Anyway, after talking to my doctor, I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to do a little more research, and I made the decision to become plant-based or vegetarian again. Now, there are some ways that you can do this, and we'll discuss that a little bit later, but what I want to do first is I want to give you two little definitions, because plant-based, like I said, I always refer to it as vegetarian, but there are vegetarians and there are vegans. And I think a lot of people get it confused. And so I just want to give you the tip of the iceberg, the main difference between the two. Vegetarians pretty much do not eat any meat. I believe this also includes fish and seafood, shellfish. Vegans, however, do not eat meat, and they do not eat any animal products. So no eggs, no milk, you know, things that are derived from eggs and milk, cheese, butter, all those things. They do not eat animal-based products. They do eat plant-based products like almond milk and things like that. So that's a big difference there. I am not strong enough to be a vegan because I absolutely love my real milk and my real cheese, and I can't do almond milk because I'm allergic to almonds. So the other thing that's listed in the definition of vegan, but I find that a lot of vegetarians follow the same route, is that they also do not purchase animal byproducts such as leather, fur, and a lot of people do not purchase cosmetics that are tested on animals. And that's been something that I have tried to follow as well. I do have some leather purses, I do confess. The cosmetics, I did want to let you know that because it's such a big deal now that a lot of people don't want products that are tested on animals, you can look on the item that you want to purchase, whether it be deodorant, hairspray, soaps. Usually they will put somewhere on that bottle that is cruelty-free. If you don't see that, you may just want to assume that it is tested on animals. However, you can go online and get a list of companies and products that do not test on animals. And you may want to go ahead and change some of those items if those are items that you currently buy, and if you want to go ahead and stop using products tested on animals. Okay, now let's talk about some of the benefits health-wise of a plant-based diet. But before I go any further, I do want to give you a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I am not a nutritionist. In fact, the only thing that I can say that I am an expert at is the ability to get myself to the age of 62 without accidentally killing myself or ending up in jail. So don't take my word for anything. This is just information that I'm getting from sites online to share with you. Always check with your doctor ahead of time before making any changes, especially those of us that are over 60. You know, we sometimes have health issues that require certain nutrients, and you want to make sure that you're getting that. So there's my disclaimer. Now we're going to talk about some of the benefits of a plant-based diet. So I did take a look again, AARP, Google, all over the place, and talking to my doctor. Some of the things that it did say, and that my doctor told me as well, that a plant-based diet can improve your immunity system. It can help to decrease your risk of heart attack or stroke. It also helps with type 2 diabetes, some cancers, and then of course it can give you a really a good way to either reduce or maintain your weight. The best way I can think of to explain some of this to you is by filling up a plate. Let's have a meal. So what you want to do is you want to increase your fruit and vegetables on your plate. So you take your plate, you divide it up, and the most room on your plate should be filled with vegetables, rice, like whole grain rice, quinoa, peppers, leafy products. I mean, just fill the majority of your plate up with vegetables, maybe some fruit. If you do still want to have some meat, then just make that a very tiny little sliver of your plate. Let's go over some of the products that we can actually put on our plate. As usual, I have my cheat sheet here. I don't know, maybe someday I'll get a teleprompter. I mean, the president uses a teleprompter. I don't see any reason why I can't, right? On part of your plate, the major part of your plate with your vegetables, carrots, Brussels sprouts are very good at neutralizing the free radicals that can cause cell damage. So those are good. And I will tell you, I tried Brussels sprouts for the first time this year. They were actually really good. Made me a little gassy, but you know, that's the person behind me's problem, right? Anyway, okay, so chickpeas, lentils, these are all really good items. And tofu, quinoa, they actually provide a lot of protein for you. Now, if you are getting rid of meat, if you're going to just totally cut meat out of your diet, you want to make sure that you're getting protein. So these items like beans, quinoa, tofu, they do provide protein for you. You want to make sure that you get that protein in your diet, because that's one of the major things that when people find out you're a vegetarian, they're like, well, you have to eat meat to get your protein. You don't have to eat meat to get your protein. You can eat these things. So you have something to tell them if they say that to you. You want to get your vitamin D in, and this of course is your cheese. Cottage cheese. This is good for your bone health, so you want to make sure you are getting vitamin D. Sunshine is also a very good source of vitamin D. It's my favorite. You probably can't tell. I got some sun yesterday. I kind of tried to mute down the sunburn so I didn't look so totally like fired up. Vitamin K and calcium also comes from green leafy vegetables. So you want to be sure you're getting that calcium. It's good for your bones. And broccoli. Broccoli is good too. So look at, you already got a great selection of green leafy vegetables and beans, tofu that you can put on your plate. Now, as far as replacing your meat, there are some options for you. You can replace meat with mushrooms. A lot of people say that some mushrooms do actually have a meaty taste to them. I'm not a fan of mushrooms, but you might be. It's a good replacement for meat. Also tofu, and one thing I want to tell you about tofu. What I find interesting about it is tofu itself really doesn't have flavor. It's flavored by what you cook it in or what you cook it with. Teriyaki tofu, you know, things like that are really, really good. And it's a great way to replace your meat products. Also, a lot of companies are coming out with plant-based meat replacements, such as, you know, veggie dogs, veggie burgers, and this kind of thing. You can even buy blocks of meat, or a brick of meat, I think some people refer to it, and make like meatloaf and meatballs and so forth. So I'm going to talk about those in another video, but just to let you know, you can go to the grocery store, your regular grocery stores, your Targets, your Walmarts, even Whole Foods, and you can find so many meat replacement products that are plant-based. Keep that in mind. And when you're going to cook your food, you want to use like an olive oil, a vegetable oil, a sunflower oil. These are really good oils. You're going to get your good fats from that. And you have to have some fat in your diet, so using these will give you healthy fats. Now, we have eaten our veggies. We've had our leafy veggies. We've had tofu. We've had Brussels sprouts. We've had wild rice and all that. So now it's time for dessert, and I have a couple of ideas for you. One really great idea for dessert is yogurt. Yogurt is very, very good for you. And if you add some nuts to the top of that, that is good as well. Some nuts have good fats in them. And so take a look at those. There you can find a list somewhere. Almonds are always on that list. But again, I'm allergic to almonds, so I don't go there. But you can also put berries in your yogurt as well. And that way you're getting berries in with your yogurt. You're getting all kinds of vitamins and nutrition in there. Fruits are a really good item to have, and because I'm getting ready to talk about snacks. I mean, you gotta have snacks, right? You're sitting there watching your favorite show on Netflix. You want to snack on something. You can snack on nuts. Again, of course, you have to watch your portion. Snack on nuts, snack on fruit. Freezing grapes, that's an amazing idea. Frozen grapes are so good. And they make a great snack. So, and there are other snacks out there. You just have to take a look. Look at the nutritional information on the back. It'll tell you if it's too salty for you. You want to stay away from sugars as well, as much as possible, because sugar really does cause inflammation in your body. And if you have an issue with inflammation like arthritis, then I wanted to make sure I said that right. Then, you know, reduce your sugar, because that will help with inflammation. Also, I personally have found that turmeric, whether you use it to season your food or you take it as a supplement, is really good for inflammation. But that's another subject I might do later about supplements. So, just one idea that I really like is it tells you, or what I have read, is to keep your meals colorful. Red peppers, green peppers, these things are so good for you. They do increase the product, the proteins that are good for your heart. It's just really good idea. Keep them colorful. If you're eating a bland meal, you know, you're eating French fries and hamburger, that really sounds good. But if you're eating those things, that's kind of like a beige meal, right? Make it colorful. Stir fries are great. You stir fry your veggies, you know, your broccoli and your onions and your red peppers and your yellow peppers, and you throw a little tofu in there with some sunflower seed oil. Ooh, put it over maybe some brown rice. I don't know. It sounds delicious, doesn't it? I mean, it's really, you can do this. I can do this. So how are we going to do it? How are we going to get started on this? Well, I'm going to offer a couple of options. First of all, you can take baby steps. And what I mean by baby steps is Meatless Mondays is a very popular thing. Every Monday, it is trending on Twitter. Meatless Mondays. So you can do that. One day a week, no meat. Or you can just sort of slowly swapping your meat with other items such as tofu and the plant-based products that you can get at the store. You can do that. You can do Sunday through Friday meatless, and on Saturday give in to your carnivore cravings. If I have a real craving for buffalo wings, I might have to cave in on a Saturday. But you could do it that way, or you can just go cold turkey. Now this is kind of, I think I'm going to be doing the other one where it's one day a week, at least right now. My husband and I are headed to St. Augustine on Monday. I don't even know when I'm going. He's just going to tell me to get in the car and then we're going to go, I guess. Monday. We're going Monday. We're going to be there for a couple of days. And yes, we go to St. Augustine way too much, but we love it. Anyway, when we come back, we will be doing our grocery shopping. And it is at that point that I plan on buying all plant-based items and taking off from there. So that's the way I'm going to do it. On a Saturday, if I have a craving for bird of some sort, I might cave in. But I'm pretty much going to be doing this cold turkey. And I hope you will consider making this change. Again, go to the sources, AARP, Google your doctor, a nutritionist. Ask them if becoming a vegetarian or a vegan or just a plant-based person is right for you. And if it is, then I think that it'll be a positive thing for you. So, what now? What to cook? Where to dine? We are going to talk about that in the next video. I hope you will stick around, come in for part 2, and leave me any comments, any questions down below. If it's something I can answer for you, I will definitely try. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.